People in here, they've been inside from the start. They haven't had to survive. And they just don't get it. They can't.
The very thing that makes you different is what makes you special.
Now I'm all warm and fuzzy inside.
To fight for this city. To be the symbol of hope that the Arrow never was. I am the Green Arrow.
Hi, everybody. I'm Charles.
Hi, I'm Karen, and I'm sick as a dog.
Welcome to episode 28 of the Fandom Zone. Wow, premiere week, everybody.
Yeah.
So you get the new version of the show, which is going to be, we speed through everything, but we're going to give you the good parts, we hope.
Yep.
I've written summaries for this week, so I'm going to read all those, and then we're going to give our little brief discussion points of everything, and then our ratings for each episode. So this will be the new format, hopefully, and we hope you like it. So we're going to dive right in. We're going to talk about...
We have 6 of these bad boys to get through.
That's right. We're going to talk about Fear the Walking Dead, Season 1, Episode 6, which was the season finale, The Good Man, Gotham, Season 2, Episode 3, The Last Laugh, The Flash, Season 2, Episode 1, The Man Who Saved Central City, iZombie, Season 2, Episode 1, Grumpy Old Liv, Arrow, Season 4, Episode 1, Green Arrow. And I thought it was My Name is Green Arrow, but everywhere...
No, it's Green Arrow.
I saw it was Green Arrow.
They might have changed it, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's Green Arrow.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Season 3, Episode 2, Purpose in the Machine. So let us start with Fear the Walking Dead, Season 1, Episode 6, The Good Man. It was the season finale, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the quick and dirty summary, as I have named them. It's gonna sound like I'm reading these, which I am, but I have written them, so
yeah,
they are original.
She did all the hard work. Now she's gonna pay. It's gonna pay off.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And I'm not plagiarizing anyone. So
except yourself.
Right, I'm plagiarizing myself.
Which is cool.
Okay. Strand and Nick find their ride is gone, so they have to fight their way out of the base. Liza leaves the doctor and the patients when she realizes she won't be getting what she was promised, which is Chris and Travis, which was a little underhanded, I thought.
Sneaky.
Yeah. Madison, Travis, Daniel, and Ophelia leave Chris and Alicia with the SUV where they are carjacked by soldiers. And the soldiers were a little...
shady.
Very shady. They all converge inside the facility where Liza saves them with her keycard. They meet up with Alicia and Chris where Andrew ambushes them and shoots Ophelia. Strand directs them through laser beams.
Traffic with laser beams.
Right. To his beach house. Then the group is on the beach. Liza was bitten, so she asks Travis to shoot her. Mm-hmm. We're left with Strand, Daniel, Travis, Madison, Nick, Alicia, and Chris. So, what are your notes on this episode?
My notes on this episode. Okay, obviously this was written by Robert Kirkman, creator of The Walking Dead, along with Dave Erickson.
Okay.
Co-creator of Fear the Walking Dead, directed by Stefan Schwartz. And one of the cool things right off the bat we get is the group goes to the National Guard headquarters, and Daniel Salazar gets his big badass moment by distracting the guards
Yeah.
by leading a horde of walkers from the arena to the perimeter,
Right. That was awesome.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
And he's almost like the Pied Piper, just leading them
Yeah.
right down the road.
Right.
And Travis, Madison, and Ophelia go infiltrate the base. Alicia and Chris stay behind. And meanwhile, inside you've got Strand and Nick initiating their big escape plan.
Mm-hmm. Which
Yeah.
it doesn't really go as planned because the guy who he bribed with the watch and the ring
Right.
was being eaten
Yeah.
by a zombie.
Well, they kind of like quickly abandon everybody else.
Right.
So it's just those two. It's like, sucks to be you guys. Bye.
Right. See, you wouldn't want to be you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those walkers breach the perimeter defenses. The group ends up setting the detainees free. And they end up reuniting with Nick, Liza, and Strand. They try to escape through the medical ward and discover old Dr. Exner has euthanized all the patients.
Yep.
Dope.
Yeah, she went a little nuts.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she tells him, but there's like an escape route, but then she maybe kills herself. We don't know if she kills herself. It's just kind of implied.
Yeah.
So either we see her later down the road or she's zombie food. Or
right.
What do you think?
I think she killed herself. Because she knows she's going to turn.
Yeah. Or was it out of guilt or what? Okay, you think she's killing herself so she doesn't become a zombie.
Right. She doesn't want to continue.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, because the odds are pretty good that she would just end up becoming a zombie.
Right.
Adam shoots Ophelia in the arm.
Yeah.
And in a great moment, Travis finally gets his like big Rick Grimes moment and beats the crap out of Adams.
Yeah, big time.
And this, like, all the frustration that's been building up over these past 5 episodes finally unloads in episode 6, and he's just wailing on the guy. Boom, 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 boom.
Right. Right.
And ends up leaving him for dead.
Yeah. And I think Daniel finally gets a little bit of respect for Travis in that moment. Yeah.
Like, maybe not so weak after all.
Right.
And Adams,
and then that's,
I felt
of course, reinforced at the end of the episode.
Right. I felt kind of bad, though, for Adams because he's all, like he's got his, he's talking about how Daniel, like, carved his skin off of his arm and understandably a little pissed, but...
in desperate times.
But he didn't have to go around shooting.
No, he did not.
So he kind of had it coming.
Yeah.
Once he stepped over that line.
Yeah.
Strand leads everybody, like the Pied Piper, again, to the Oceanside mansion that
was awesome.
That we presume is his.
It is. He had the code for it.
That's true. So maybe it is his.
And it's his boat and everything.
Yeah, and interestingly, he reveals to Nick that he's got this boat called Abigail parked off the coast.
Right.
Interestingly, it's not in the dock. It's way out there.
Uh-huh.
So you have to like either swim for it or find some other boat to get out there.
He may have a little jetty.
I don't know.
He's got some shady goings on, I think. I do. I think he's
got something in the Strand cave.
I think he's got I think there's a reason it's not parked up against the land.
Yeah, somewhere
he had some weird business deals happening.
Somewhere deep below stately Strand Manor.
You think? There's a little Batman, a little Beethoven head.
Yeah, exactly. Strand goes down the bat pole or the Strand pole.
Yeah, exactly. It's a strand.
And then he takes out the Strand boat.
That's right. It's a strand-do, like a ski-doo. And he takes it out there and then he drives the boat back.
Is it a jet strand?
There you go, jet strand.
Jet strand.
Yeah. He's actually pretty cool in this. I like the directing through traffic
Yeah.
thing. Like he says, well, the 404 is bad even on a good
Yep.
day. And I'm like, although there is a lot of traffic, it's just stopped.
Well, they're from LA. All they talk about is traffic. So
Yes, it's 100%
it's
true.
all you have to do is criticize the 404, and you're an instant person
Yeah.
from Los Angeles.
I've been there quite a lot.
Yeah.
So yes, I know.
I've been there. Well, I was there like a week. So, but I was there just one time.
Oh, my brother lives there.
I've been to
So
San Diego a couple times, but
it's definitely not the same in San Diego.
no, it's not.
Not at all.
No, it's not. So last thing I have is that, yeah, we've got the whole business at the end where Liza reveals to Madison that she was bitten,
Yeah.
and you think, okay, this is it where Madison has to kind of go through with their pact to take out Liza.
Well, she does ask her to do it.
And she does. Yeah, you're right. She does.
Right. But then Madison
kind of waffles a little bit, like, I don't know if I want to kill you,
yeah.
even though I promised. But thankfully for Liza, Travis comes in and is like, okay, I'll kill you.
Well, he's not quite that blasé, but yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm paraphrasing.
And then she tells him to tell Chris that she did it herself so
Yeah.
that Chris won't think bad of Travis.
And she wants Travis to promise to protect Chris.
Yeah. Well, but I think that's stupid because of course he's going to protect Chris. I mean, that's silly.
And then bang bang, my baby shot me down.
And then Travis and Madison have a crying moment in the surf.
Like, ah, and it's all
Stella!
yeah, and we get the nice big cinematography. The cinematography was great, at least, especially along the coast.
It was.
Those coast shots.
And on the freeway.
Yeah.
I thought it was good too.
There's some great cinematography in this.
And the stuff in the hallway, especially between Nick and Madison when they were on two sides of the door, it made me very anxious, which is what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very good. So yeah, I really like this one.
Yeah, I was a little worried when Alicia, that one army guy was getting just a little rapey.
Yeah.
In the parking lot.
Yeah.
Or the parking garage. Yeah, but thankfully that didn't happen.
Chris came to her rescue.
Yeah, even though for all the good it did, but at least he stepped up.
Right. And so they ended up just taking the SUV and not doing anything to Alicia because it was too much trouble for them. So
hopefully Alicia gives Chris a little more respect now because, hey, like I stepped up to like 3 army guys with guns.
Yeah.
And saved you from.
They're lucky they just didn't get shot, to be honest.
Pretty much. That was kind of like, well, if I was there, it was like, okay, I want your car. Bang, bang, bang. I'm taking your keys. Bye.
Yeah. Although they could have just taken the keys.
Yeah.
They're big soldier guys. You know, what good is it to kill
those
exactly. 2 guys? You know. So, but anyway,
unless you wanted to kill them.
Right.
Because hey, annoying teenagers, 2 annoying teenagers off the show.
Right.
So.
But you know what? They're not that annoying anymore. They're pretty good. I don't mind them. Yeah.
When they're not like trashing. When they're not trashing a house.
I actually like them trashing the house. Didn't you like them trashing the house?
But it's kind of a douchey move.
Come on, those people are gone.
I know, but still, it
was fun. I would have been doing that all over the place. I would have been going in rich people's houses and ripping shit up. Oh, sorry, crap up. Sorry.
It's the cold meds.
It is. It's the cold meds.
Cold meds.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what did you give this episode?
I gave this episode 9 out of 10 mansions along the California coast.
Very nice. I'll take 9 mansions along the California coast any day.
Yeah.
I gave it
1.
Yeah, 1. 1 would be good. I agree.
1 would be good.
I gave it 9 piles of bones, which was a sad moment when Ophelia saw the piles of bones and realized her mother was probably among them.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Yeah, it was really rough.
This big cremation pile.
Yeah. Sad. Anyway.
It's almost like, well, here's your mom. Go pick her out.
Yeah. So at the very least, we have Strand, Daniel, Travis, Madison, Nick, Alicia, and Chris. And then
Yep.
I do want to mention that the web series is going on right now.
Now that's
And
that
it is-
flight. That flight. I can't remember the flight number, but this the flight.
Yeah, I can't either. But it's the flight that went down in the middle of this season.
Right, like episode
And
2, wasn't it?
4. It was
Uh,
further in than 2.
okay.
I don't know when it was, to be honest, but it's the flight that went down, and there's going to be one survivor, and they're going to meet up with that one survivor. So it's going to be those people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'll be those 7 people
Right.
plus the one from the plane
Okay.
when we pick it back up.
Yeah, because we lost
And,
we lost Liza and Griselda, so hopefully one of them is a woman.
That would be good.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so. I have watched the first of the web series, and it was very intriguing. It was short,
Right.
but it was intriguing. So I encourage you to watch it.
Okay.
So
So
on
do
to
you get-
Gotham.
Yeah, on
Oh,
to
I'm sorry.
Gotham. No, go ahead. On to Gotham.
Okay,
I'm good.
on to Gotham. Season 2, episode 3, The Last Laugh, and it was the last laugh.
For
wasn't it?
somebody.
It was.
It was.
Here's my quick and dirty summary. Bullock is very angry
Yeah.
about Fish and lets Penguin know. He also refers to Essen, which I thought was a nice Easter egg, back to him being partnered with her at some point, I thought. Alfred hits on Leslie, and Bruce lets him because he sees Selena. Alfred finally sees her with James and is a bit embarrassed. Bruce and Selena have an amazingly Batman Catwoman episode, but Selena does help Bruce quite a lot. Jerome takes over Lee's benefit as a magician with Barbara as his assistant. Theo is pulling the strings. He kills a few people and takes some people hostage, but in the end, the standoff is Jerome and Barbara holding Bruce while James holds a gun on him. Theo saves the day with laser beams.
Saves the day.
Right. By jumping up and killing Jerome, which inspires a city of jokers. The legend is born. Episode is bookended by James not wanting to take down the police tape and then pulling it down at the end. Tabitha and Barbara. Barbara and Theo. Theo and Tabitha? ... Right.
Well, I kind of got that vibe initially from them anyway.
Yeah, but they kind of confirm it in this one when Tabitha's talking to the
or
guy.
at least Tabitha's into Theo. We're not quite sure. It's probably both ways.
I think it is both ways.
Yep.
Split personality joke and a cape joke.
Getting all Game of Thrones on us.
Yeah, although I don't think they're blood relations.
Maybe half
really
brother,
don't.
half brother, half sister.
I don't know. I think they're just like fosters or something. I honestly don't think they're.
Maybe we'll find out.
And I want to give a shout out before we get into our talk that Mark Margolis was in this again.
Felix Faust.
Paul Cicero, Felix Faust from Constantine, Gianni Moretti from Person of Interest, Tio Salamanca from Breaking Bad, and he also had a very small part in the Daredevil movie, so he's got a pretty good resume behind him. When's he going to play the next comic book role? I can't wait.
Yeah.
He's great in this, but of course he's dead.
Yeah, so it was kind of a waste, I thought.
It was nice to see him back.
Yeah, he just gets one really good scene and then dead.
Yeah, I think it was like a foreshadowing in this episode to say, hey, we're going to tie up this Jerome storyline right now.
Yep.
So there's that. Do you have anything to talk about?
I might.
Okay.
Okay. So we talked about that Paul Cicero died.
Yep.
Yeah. Theo revealed the next stage of very flirted with Tabitha.
Yeah.
So that was
like I said.
Yeah.
Tabitha and Barbara.
And we find out that Theo, according to Theo, his family built Gotham.
Right.
And he will get revenge on those who stole credit for doing so.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of his motivation, that he feels that his family has been slighted in some ways.
And he's part of the Court of Owls, apparently, his family.
Is he part of it, or is he at war with the Court of Owls?
His family was part of it.
Okay, see, that would make sense because the Court of Owls has been, for those who haven't been reading Batman comics for like the past 4 years.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry.
so yeah, sorry. The Court of Owls is this very cool group that was created by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo for the New 52 Batman era. And they are essentially like the shadowy figures behind the scenes that of Gotham's elite and most powerful people. That
Mhm.
it's like a secret society,
Good and bad.
good and bad, mostly bad.
Right.
And they're
Although the Waynes were part of it too.
right, and they have these agents called the Talons, which are essentially these juiced up killing machines of like, either dead people or people that they keep on ice for a very long time, and then they thaw them out and let them loose for whatever mission they need done.
Mhm.
So,
And they pretty much built Gotham.
Right.
They have their names all over everything. It's like it's all Trumpified.
So I'm really
Wayne
hoping,
Industries and all that
yeah.
stuff.
So I'm really
And
hoping they do the Court of Owls justice because I really want to see them creepy and cool.
from what I hear, and I'm not sure whether it's Galavan per se. I
Yeah.
think he might be masquerading.
Mm-hmm.
But his family's name is not all over everything,
Right.
even though his family was part of the Court of Owls. And that's why he's angry, because his family's name was never
Yeah.
on anything.
Somebody took the credit and named everything.
Right.
So maybe he blames the Waynes. Maybe he blames the Canes. We haven't.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I'm speculating that the Canes were part of it. That has not been talked about yet, but the Waynes are definitely part of it. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But I just thought that was really interesting. Like we finally get Theo's motivation.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Theo attending that charity event with Alfred, Bruce, and Leslie.
Yeah, I love James Frayne acting bad.
Yes.
Like his bad acting, which
and he looks directly at the camera.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing the whole shtick about like, like I'm standing up to you, and and it's really forced and horrible, and yeah. So, and we talked about Theo pretending that he's stopping Jerome to make himself look like the hero. Missed a big shot. And
I love how he's playing chess in the background too.
Yeah.
I know you watched Farscape.
Yes.
And that was my favorite part of Farscape was how Scorpius was playing chess through the whole arc of the series. As soon as he came on, it was a chess game.
Yeah.
And if they make him, and I think James Frank could pull that off.
Right.
If they could write a story at least half that strong, even, he could pull that off. A chess game behind the scenes for him.
Totally.
So if they could do something like that for him, I think that would be great. Really great.
Mm-hmm.
So listen to me, writers. Please do that.
Yeah, listen to her, right?
And it seems to be setting up like that. Well, I mean, this twist essentially was,
I love this twist, by the way.
Me too.
Because it served twofold, okay? It showed that Theo was planning this all along, that he was setting Jerome up for the big fall. Jerome thought, hey, I'm going to be the big shot.
Yep.
And look at me, I'm the leader of the gang, of the maniacs, and I'm going to do all this stuff and work with Theo because we're equals or something. And then Theo's just like, no, dude, you're a pawn.
Yep.
On my chess game, and I'm taking you off I'm sacrificing you to get what I want.
That's right. And so it looks like, he's been sacrificing his pawns through this whole thing.
Right.
Each one fell.
Yep.
And he had Tabitha kill one of them when they got caught. It was this whole, each one fell. And it looked like, Jerome was, the leader, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So now he's pulling Barbara into his inner circle.
Right.
So Does that mean Barbara's special, or is he
Using her for something else.
right? Is
We'll
he
find out.
planning something else for her?
He
And
could
that's
be.
even more intriguing to me.
Who's
So
gonna backstab whom first?
right.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole Tabitha thing where she saw that
Yeah.
he was
Yeah. She gets a little jealous,
a
doesn't she?
little, yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I'm going to kill you. You're making out with my bro.
Yeah, big time.
Bro.
With my whatever he
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. But the other thing I loved about this twist with Jerome, um, from a creative standpoint,
Hmm.
because everybody was like, if you looked on Twitter and Facebook, they're like, oh, either they were outraged that they're doing the Joker origin now,
Hmm.
or they were loving that Jerome is the Joker. They love Cameron Monaghan. He's like, oh, he's
Right.
so perfect for the Joker
And
role.
it just blew that
And
apart.
and they're just like, in your face,
Psych.
fanboys, psych.
Right. Drop the mic.
And exactly. And then, just like, hey, you thought you had this all figured out? You don't have this all figured out.
You want to know what pissed me off the most?
I love that.
Is that I had just come to terms with the fact that they were making him the Joker.
I was still skeptical.
I had stopped putting the question mark behind it
Yeah.
because it seemed like that was a done deal. Finally, I had, said,
Yeah.
okay, well, I guess they're making him the Joker.
Yeah.
Like literally just the episode before that, I was like, well, okay, I guess he's the Joker. And then blam.
Yep. See, I wasn't buying into it because they weren't doing anything with the whole Red Hood background. And I
Right.
thought, if nothing else, Cameron Monaghan, but it should have been like the Red Hood for a while.
Right.
And
And they did
some-
introduce that last season.
Exactly. So
Right.
they didn't follow up with it. So
Right.
I'm thinking, well, is he then not the Joker? And that kind of gave me a little bit of doubt
Right.
and hope. I was just like, no, it's too soon to be doing the Joker.
Right. So now
I know a lot of people want it, but it's too soon.
any of those guys can become the Joker. Any of the people
Yep.
that were laughing can become. I mean, it's
Yep.
crazy now. Now the whole city
Yeah.
is crazy, and I think that's amazing.
And interestingly, Bruno Heller talked about that, and we talked about this a little bit last week, that there could be a possibility that they've at least considered the idea of a female Joker.
Mm-hmm.
So whether that's Barbara or they're just yanking your chain again,
Right.
which I kind of hope they are, because
Yeah.
it's like, don't mess with it.
Sure.
Don't mess with perfection.
Right. And we don't even need to see a Joker anytime soon.
No, we don't, because Bruce isn't even through puberty yet.
Right.
So we've got time.
Right. He's just on the cusp of it.
We're only in season 2.
Right. And I loved Selena and Bruce in this episode.
Yep.
It was such a great Catwoman Batman thing in this.
And Selena is really like just dragging Bruce along. Like,
Yeah.
like she just thinks he's a complete idiot. And
Yeah, but she likes him still. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely Catwoman Batman.
now she did I agree with that it is Batman and Catwoman, and she did kind of like watch him in a like a somewhat admiringly way when he was standing up to
When he went back in.
when he went back in.
Right. And then when she left, she saw that James Gordon was outside, and she told him how to get back in
Right.
to help Bruce. So it's not like she abandoned him completely, which was great. I mean, it definitely shows that dual side of Catwoman.
But I don't think she did it willingly, though, because I think she got out and she was like, oh, Gordon's here.
Well, still, I mean,
Yeah,
she
it
could have
worked.
just not said anything.
That's true. She could have. You're right.
I think she cares for Bruce very much. It's just, she works for Penguin now, so there's,
Yeah.
so what'd you think of it?
So much for Jerome being the Joker, guys.
Yeah, and I thought that was brilliant.
Yep. Yep.
Just brilliant.
And the one more thing we forgot.
Okay.
Harvey Bullock pays a visit to Penguin. in the
Yep.
last scene.
Not happy.
Not
about
happy one
Fish.
bit. Well, he threatens to beat the Penguin, if he approaches Gordon again for any kind of favor again.
Right.
So he doesn't want Gordon messed with, and he also lets the Penguin know on uncertain terms that he's not happy about what happened to Fish,
Right.
like you said.
So does this mean that he's not going to have that hanging over his head anymore, or do you think he's still going to use that?
I hope not, but
Yeah.
I think it could be something that comes back into play down the road.
I think so too.
Like it'll be like once everybody forgets about it, the Penguin won't forget about it and will use it and play that card.
And Bullock will still go after him.
Yeah, he'll beat his ass. Yeah. Or at least at least try to.
When Penguin's like, "Oh, we're good friends."
Yeah.
Yeah, sure you are. Oh, I remember you with Fish's umbrella.
Yeah, but that's the kind of way that Penguin sees Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's my friend.
I know. He's fooled himself.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, what did you give this episode?
I gave it 8 dirty boogies by the Brian Setzer Orchestra.
I love that.
I did too.
I was watching that episode, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Dirty Boogie by the Brian Setzer Orchestra. Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, I had that album.
I have
said that on my Gotham podcast that I had that album. I loved that album.
I still have that on the CD. So.
I think I might have it around somewhere too.
I wish I would have known. I would have uploaded the MP3 and we could have played it. But...
Oh, I'm sorry. I had this lead time and I couldn't.
No, I didn't think about it. Yeah. That's on me.
So what'd you give it?
I give this one 8.5 out of 10 magic cabinets.
You said lame.
Lame magic cabinets. Yes,
it's true. They were lame.
Yeah, I thought it was like Jerome's like the worst magician ever.
Well, he wasn't exactly trying to be a good magician.
No. But I'm thinking everybody in the audience is applauding for this, but is that politely?
They're idiots.
Yeah, it's you can't find this amazing at all, can you?
No.
Okay. So.
Okay, The Flash.
The Flash.
Flash. Season 2, Episode 1, the season premiere, The Man Who Saved Central City. Yay, I got mine too.
Yay. Funko figures, for everybody wondering.
Mine is the season 1 Flash, though, isn't it?
Yep. No, yours is the DC Comics Flash.
Oh, DC Comics.
Mine's the season 1 Flash because he's got that red emblem.
Nice. Okay.
So, hopefully.
Quick and dirty summary.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Hopefully?
Hopefully. They come up with a white emblem.
Oh, yes. I would like that.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Quick and dirty summary. Barry feels pretty self-pitying, which is easy to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Cisco is the new tech guy at the precinct. Caitlin is now at Mercury Labs. Barry has been secretly rebuilding the damaged businesses at night. And that's where Iris finds him to try and convince him to get him to accept the key to the city during Flash Day with laser beams.
Flash Day.
He shows up, but
I love Flash Day.
Yeah, I know.
Every day is Flash Day for me.
That's right. And this is actually a kind of a tradition in the comic books to have Flash Day, right?
Yeah.
He shows up, but so does a hulky guy, Atom Smasher, and we're going to talk more about Atom Smasher after this quick and dirty stuff.
Yes, we will.
And he kind of ruins it. Oops. This seems to be the Albert Rothstein from Earth 2 who killed his New Earth counterpart. I'm assuming this is New Earth that we're in.
Well, this is its own Earth. This is DC Television Earth.
Okay.
At least
this Earth.
DC Warner Brothers Television or DC CW. It's Earth CW.
CW Earth.
It's Earth CW. How's that?
And this was taken directly from the DC Wikia, by the way, that it was the Earth 2 Atom Smasher.
Right.
A lawyer contacts Barry with a message from Wells. After an initial reluctance, he and Caitlin watch it and find out that he confesses to his mother's murder. His team, minus Caitlin, bands together in order to help him fight crime again, even if it's against his will. Barry's father is released from prison, but decides to leave Central City in order for Barry to stay the man that he is. What the F am I right? Exactly. They catch Atom Smasher E2.
Yep.
I put that for Earth 2. And he reveals to Barry that Zoom sent him. His new suit is finished.
Yay.
Okay, so that's what I put for the quick and dirty summary. Obviously, I've left out quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
At the beginning, there's also a little dream sequence where everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Everything is awesome.
Nice. Exactly.
But it's not really. I mean, he wakes up and,
Yep.
things are bad.
Things-
So,
Yeah. So this story was by uh, Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg, the executive producers. Teleplay by Kreisberg and Gabrielle Stanton. Directed
okay.
by Ralph Hamaker or Hemaker. And so we start off essentially with Barry we're catching up with what happened at the end of the cliffhanger of season 1. Barry's trying to stop the singularity that he helped create.
Yeah.
And uh, Ronnie Raymond and Professor Stein, they merge, become Firestorm, but at the cost of Ronnie's life, apparently.
Right. Well,
But
because in order to stop it, they split
yeah,
at the front of the
they
singularity.
create fission,
Right.
and apparently Ronnie vanishes into the singularity, and so either he's gone for good, or because the actor wanted to do other things,
Yeah.
or
Or he's in Earth 2.
or he's on Earth 2, he's stranded somewhere. Maybe we'll find him.
Right.
But for now, it's just Professor Stein who's like falling, and the Flash saves him because that's what the Flash does. Flash is awesome.
So I'm guessing he's just a professor now. He's not Firestorm.
Not yet.
Okay.
Something will happen later.
Okay.
But so we do a little time jump after that, 6 months later. So we see, like you talked about, Barry's been working alone as the Flash, trying to avoid hurting anybody else because he feels really, really guilty about Ronnie. And Cisco's
And he's all like, everybody hates
Yes.
me. Yeah.
He's
kind
not
of
that.
whiny.
It's not that bad.
He's a little whiny.
He's a little whiny, but he's not that bad.
Well,
He's more like driven.
yeah, I guess, but he's still like,
And he's trying to shove everybody away
yeah, and everybody's pretty pissed at him.
for doing that. Yeah.
Yes.
Cisco's working for the Central City Police Department now on their metahuman task force.
Yeah, and no one gets a sense of humor at all.
Under Joe, which is kind of awesome. Like Joe so we maybe get some more Joe and Cisco scenes, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Caitlin's off working for the competitor, Mercury Labs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, see, she's going to be a supervillain. It's
Well,
right there, So she's working for Dr. Tina McGee.
Yep.
Although we don't get to see Tina, which was a little disappointing. We get the return of Vito D'Ambrosio as Mayor Tony Bellows, reprising his role once again from the 1990 to 91 Flash TV series.
That's right.
Which I think is awesome. It's like Bellows is back as the mayor now. So it's kind of cool.
Very cool.
So he's hosting the Flash Day because they don't have the Flash Museum built yet. It's a little early for that. But they're honoring the Flash. Flash gets attacked by the Atom Smasher and ends up getting beaten to a bloody pulp.
Right.
So Joe finally corners Barry, tells him, like, dude, stop hogging all the blame and regret. Get over yourself.
Hogging it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all need.
There's plenty of blame to go around here. And he advises him to, like, why don't you try rebuilding your life instead of rebuilding the city?
Right.
So once again, Joe West, Papa Joe, is the voice of reason.
Right. And he says, "I'll shelter you."
Yep.
Which is a Rent joke, but hey.
Oh, was it? I didn't get that.
Oh, okay. He sings "I'll shelter you."
Okay.
Have you not seen Rent?
I have not seen Rent.
Oh, you need to see Rent.
I'm straight. I didn't see Rent.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
There are
I'm
two
kidding.
comic book people in that.
I know. I'm kidding. Yes.
You should really watch it.
I'm kidding. All right. Barry summons the Atom Smasher with the flash signal.
Oh, that was awesome, right? I think I see this in a comic book.
Yeah. So I guess we have to wonder, like, well, in Earth CW, does Batman only exist in comic books? Interesting. So,
But he says or something.
or something, yeah. So who knows? Maybe he's picking it off of the Fantastic Four's little four signal thing.
That could be it.
Yeah, you know, the little flare gun that Reed Richards shoots off that creates a four.
Right.
How's that? He ends up beating the Atom Smasher by letting him absorb too much radiation, so he overloads.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that this version of Albert Rothstein was sent to kill Barry by someone named Zoom.
Right. And Zoom said that he would send him back if he
Yes.
killed Barry.
Right.
Oh, and then also Jay Garrick shows up at the end, which I totally forgot.
That's okay.
He's been taking pictures of
I
Barry.
was getting there. I had
Oh, I'm sorry.
jumping
Keep going.
Jumping the gun, are we?
Keep going. I thought you were done.
No.
I saw you turn the page.
You want me to be done.
No.
I see
Stop that. I saw you turn the page.
I see how it is.
I saw you.
All right. Yeah, Barry received that flash drive from Eobard with a confession, which was really unexpected. That one threw me. I was like, I did not see that one.
I didn't either.
So hands up if you saw that coming. You're lying.
Right. Anyone who has their hands up is
Yep.
lying. Yeah.
So,
although, do you think that's because he did have that soft spot for Barry after he?
I don't know.
He didn't think he would, but he actually did.
I don't know. I don't want. I have a hard time picturing the Reverse Flash as having that kind of remorse.
I do too.
So I don't know if there's
or that he just figured he would win.
I don't know. Maybe. That was interesting.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully we find out a little bit more behind that. The group ends up throwing this party for Henry, who tells Barry, yeah, he's not staying. You talked about that.
And what is that about?
This is like, I hated this because it's like, well, I can't, I know, hey, guess what? I know I just got out of jail and all, and you haven't seen me out of jail for 15 years, but I gotta go.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
I don't, you need to focus on being the Flash, and I'm going to be a distraction.
How selfish is that?
And it is, it makes no sense. And
right.
I'm screaming at the right, like the only thing I could think of why they did this was that for whatever reason, either John Wesley Shipp doesn't want to be around, like he's leaving the show, or they're writing him out, but there had to be a better way to write him out than that.
Why couldn't they just say, hey, I'm getting an apartment by myself. Yep. I need to be by myself for a little bit, or
if he is, then you find out that, oh, there's a reason, like a mysterious, ominous reason why Henry wants to not be around his son. Now, we could get that later on.
Sure.
But I'm not convinced we will.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It was weird.
That's one of the reasons I did, I dropped this one a little bit in my rating, because
that was a weird note, I thought.
It was just like, hey, we're all hype up. Hey, Henry's out. Oh.
I've worked for the last 15 years to get you out of prison. And then
I've been obsessed with this over half my life. And
hey, thanks, son.
Yep. Gotta go.
Screw you guys. I'm going.
Screw you guys. I'm going to Keystone City.
Right. I could not believe it.
I was just like, what?
I really couldn't believe it.
Made no sense to me.
Right.
So Professor Stein kind of tries to step up a little bit and tries to urge everyone to move forward with the Hebrew word kadima, which means forward. So, okay, we're moving forward. How nice.
He's awesome in this, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, just Victor Garber. Just always fun to watch. And he looks like he's enjoying himself, which I think is great. So I hope he is.
And I love that he comes up with Atom Smasher.
Yeah. That was another thing I forgot. That you're right. Stein and Cisco had this like supervillain naming bro moment.
Yeah.
Like
I'm so glad you're part of the team.
Yep.
It's so nice. I like it.
We're science naming bros.
Yeah.
That's great.
And he says, well, Atom, because he absorbs
radiation. Atomic, yeah.
Smasher, because he smashes things. It's so great.
Yeah. So back at Star Labs, Barry gets his upgraded flash suit from Cisco with the nice shiny white emblem at
Cha-ching!
last, and we get the bootstrap paradox because if anybody's been watching Doctor Who knows all
Yeah.
well, we're into
Yeah.
the bootstrap paradox.
Yeah.
That
He likes
where
Beethoven, so he writes Beethoven's
yeah, pretty
symphony and then
pretty much.
Beethoven.
So Cisco gets the idea of creating the white emblem from the future Flash, who has the white emblem.
Yep.
So
So which is it?
which is it? Yeah, like who created who created Beethoven's fifth?
Right.
So
Beethoven or Doctor Who or
you get
Beethoven
yeah,
or Doctor Who or
it's all
Beethoven
wibbly
or Doctor
wobbly,
Who.
timey wimey.
Right. Or was there a branch off?
Yeah, alternate universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, craziness. That bootstrap paradox thing hurts my brain. It really does.
I don't know. See, I gotta explain all that on the Next Stop Everywhere podcast
But
to everybody.
the thing is that it makes complete sense. It's
It,
the one thing that I take solace in,
mm-hmm.
that keeps it straight in my head is it's like if you're standing on a pillar
Mm-hmm.
and you look down and all you see is clouds.
Right.
No matter what, that there's a bottom, even though you can't see it because you're not falling.
Right.
That's what a bootstrap paradox is.
The simplest way I can explain this is it exists because it will exist and then time traveled back.
Right.
That's what it boils down to.
Right. So you
So
just have to kind of
if you understand that,
right,
you're gold.
Right.
So hopefully you get that.
It was created somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it. It's comic books. Deal with it.
Yeah, wibbly wobbly.
Shades come down.
Right. Plus, it's not real as far as we know. So, I said as far as we know.
You just blew my secret identity. No. Anyway, so yeah, Jerry Garrick shows up.
Yeah.
As we talked about, and he's like, "My name is Jerry Garrick, and your world is in danger."
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun. Yeah, tune in next week.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he's from Earth too.
He's from Earth too. Tune in next time, same Flash time, same Flash channel.
So, does that mean that the Singularity opened a portal to Earth too?
Well, as we know from the trailers, and from if anybody's been checking out Damn Good Coffee and Hot, where I posted the sizzle reel from New York Comic Con, yeah, apparently there was a portal created by the Singularity, and now these guys are just popping through.
Yeah. And that is never good.
Because Zoom tells them, "Oh, you want to go back? Well, you got to go through me."
Oh, and we do need to talk about quickly the Atom Smasher, because
yes,
he is a good guy.
He is a good guy in the comics. Why they made him a bad guy here, I don't know.
He has pretty much always been a good guy. And there was one aberration where he went off and did something bad. He confessed to it quickly, went to jail.
Gotham from the JSA comic.
Right. Went to jail, became part of the Suicide Squad, but it was never really anything straight out evil.
He kind of stays in the Black Adam's country of Kandak.
Right.
He's kind of like his number one enforcer guy.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of helps stave off like this. There's this kind of political conflict between the Justice Society and Black Adam. And he kind of sides with Black Adam on that a little bit, but then eventually returns to the Justice Society.
Right. So I mean, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
And he is a descendant of the Atom.
He's the godson of the original Atom, Al Pratt.
Right. So he's always a good guy, and I don't get why they've made him a bad guy in this.
Yeah, and then they killed him off, which I'm like, dude.
And in both Earths.
What a waste. Yeah. He comes back, he comes to Earth 1, kills his Earth 1 counterpart, and then dies himself.
Yeah.
What? Hopefully he comes back because, superpowers. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well.
Or maybe Barry will change the past again.
Oh, please, no.
So what did you give this episode?
I gave it 9 bad good guys.
I took a like I said, I took a little bit of points off. I took this down to 8.5 out of 10 white flash emblems.
Very nice.
So
Because of Henry.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't blame you. I
yeah.
really don't. That was
That
my WTF moment.
it would have been higher if not for that. It would have been at least a 9 if not for that Henry moment.
Yeah.
And then
It's
maybe a
silly.
9.5 if it wasn't for Atom Smasher killing and being a bad guy.
Yeah. He's
But
a good guy.
but I thought Adam Edge Copeland did a pretty good job.
He did.
So he looked pretty cool, and I like the growing effects.
It was Adam Smasher. I mean, that was the
Yeah,
character.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
It just was,
He was just a bad guy, not a good guy.
the motivation was wrong.
Right.
All right. iZombie.
Ah,
Season
zombie.
2, Episode 1, season premiere, Grumpy Old Liv. Get off my lawn. Quick and dirty summary. Liv takes on the personality of a nasty old guy who was not loved by any of his neighbors.
Mhm.
He ultimately tried to kill a neighborhood dog, and the dog's owner dropped a car on him by accident.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Well, he
Oopsie.
he gets all ragey and kicks the car, and then the car collapses on him as he's working on it.
Right.
Yeah, underneath.
So that's essentially the
Yeah, that's the murder.
case of the week.
Yep.
Blaine and Major were cured, but now they can detect zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Liv goes to Blaine to get more tainted utopium since she used it all, and Ravi's a little miffed with her for using it all.
Yep.
Vaughn from the Supermax Corporation blackmails Major into helping him track down zombies, but he's also working as a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Liv's family won't talk to her because she refused to give her brother blood.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton is still missing, and Liv,
not brother blood.
she refused to give
blood for her
blood
yes.
to her brother.
I'm just
Sorry,
saying.
I wrote it wrong.
I was making a joke.
Yeah, I split my infinity incorrectly.
Split your infinitive.
Infinitive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the meds are kicking in, I guess.
You split your infinity incorporated. No.
That's it. Peyton is still missing, and Liv's new roommate is Vaughn's assistant in disguise.
Ooh, yeah.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That was a twist I was not expecting.
Why, that's twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Grumpy Old Liv, written by Rob Thomas,
Mhm.
series creator and showrunner, directed by Michael Fields. And we kind of pick up 3 months later. Again, this is another time jump. I guess time jumps are in vogue this year.
And it's nice to see that Liv's brother is alive.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because last time we saw him, he wasn't doing too well.
No.
He was all beep, beep, beep. Yeah. So, and then Liv's mom, why you not give blood transfusion to brother?
Yeah, she was a little ragey.
Yeah, a little bit. Not max ragey, but
right.
Yeah. Yeah, you talked about that Major and Blaine can detect other zombies now. They're like zombie detectors. Won't that be useful?
It's a nice little addition to the show, I think.
Now, Blaine is running a funeral home for his little brain supply to clients, and as cover for his shady utopium dealing business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure why Liv doesn't automatically pick up on this and going, dude, really?
I know.
She's a little naive sometimes.
At least he's picking already dead people for the brains.
Right. Yeah.
He's not killing people anymore.
And Liv's brother is giving her crap for not helping out with the blood transfusion, and so's her mom. That's not going over well.
Major won't talk to her either.
Major won't talk to her either because it's like, how dare you save my life?
Right.
And not make me a zombie.
And so he's talking through Ravi.
Right. Yeah, Ravi's... Go ahead.
And the thing is, she's also his alibi for not being a murderer.
Yeah.
And she's standing by that.
She's covering for him.
Right. And yet he still won't talk to her. Yeah,
even though she's kind of obligated to like tell the police about that.
Right.
So thanks, Major. Yeah.
What a douche.
Yep. So Ravi talks about it. Yeah, he's out of tainted utopium to produce that cure. So Liv ends up going to Blaine to ask him who cut the utopium.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she can try and score some more.
Yep. And he finds that guy and talks to him. But
Yep.
we don't have a resolution for that yet, right?
No, we don't.
And do we recognize that guy?
I don't.
I didn't either.
I didn't either. So
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, somehow Vaughn, the Max Rager guy, learns about Major's zombie detection ability.
He has bugged.
Yeah, he
The
bugged the
morgue.
phone. Is it
Yeah.
the morgue or the phone?
Either way, it's
Either way.
Ravi talking.
Okay. Because yeah, he plays the phone recording of Liv talking to Major,
Right.
and he's like, "I got this on you, so you're gonna do what I want."
And he says he's going to kill Liv first.
Right, unless you work for me.
Right.
So
Killing zombies.
yeah. And also in the office is Vaughn's new shady assistant, Gilda,
Yeah.
who we end up finding as the twist is Liv's new roommate, like you said.
Yeah.
And he was secretly spying on her and acting like, hey, let's watch this zombie show.
Yeah.
Inside
joke.
Yeah, we're getting all meta. We're a zombie show watching a zombie show.
Right. She's not his new assistant. She was there last season.
Oh, was she?
Yep.
I didn't recognize
She
her.
was really shady last season too.
Okay. All right. So.
And I guess that means that Steven Weber is back for this season as well.
I guess so. Well, he's
kind of cool.
He probably has to be the big bad this season.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
So will Blaine end up becoming like the Spike to Liv's Buffy?
I'm guessing so.
Eventually.
I mean,
not right now.
Yeah, not yet.
He's still like, doing shady things for profit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of where they're headed. I mean, the show is not going to be a Buffy. It's going to definitely be way lighter than that.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Buffy light?
Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of like, it feels to me more like first season Buffy.
Yeah.
Before all the like angst and Angel and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's not as angsty,
no,
except for Major. Major seems very angsty.
Yeah, and we're kind of left with Major. He takes these body bags of zombies apparently, and he's tossing them off a bridge, doing Vaughn's bidding.
Right.
So
well, he doesn't want Liv to die.
No, he doesn't want. So yeah, but yeah, he's doing this now. He's now into zombie disposal.
Right. So at least he cares about her, but again, it's another thing he's gonna resent her for. So.
Yep. The like.
Darn it.
Well, if it wasn't, if Liv wasn't covering for him.
I know.
So
now I have to say, Ravi, I think, was my favorite part of this episode because he kept talking for the rat.
Right.
Saying that the rat was upset with her, just like everyone else. And I love that.
Does the rat have a name? I can't remember.
Yes, he called her something, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, Hope.
Hope 2.
Hope 2?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. I love that. And, Ravi's always awesome.
Yeah, he is.
I dig him. Every time he's on the show, he's always got something snarky to say. So, yeah. Although, I will say, this was not the best season premiere I've ever seen.
No.
I had hoped for something a little better than this.
We still don't know what happened to what's-her-name?
Peyton,
yeah, thank you.
Right. And that was kind of a on tenterhooks thing at the end of last season.
Right.
So, and then also the girl who played on Arrow. What's her name? The girl with the mohawky thing on Arrow in the first season.
Mohawk?
You know who I mean?
No.
She went to the motel room in the last season where she was with that group of 4 people. And then she got dragged into the motel room. And wasn't she the one that took Peyton?
No. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember her name
That's,
on
yeah, I
Arrow.
know.
Darn
This
it.
this is not good. All right, we better just
Sid or
bail
something
on
like
this.
Sid.
I'm sure everybody else out there knows, but
Yeah.
and they're probably screaming at us, going, "You idiots!
Yeah.
Why do you not know this?" So yes, we're idiots. But
She was the one that Sarah looked after.
oh, you mean yeah, Bex.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she was on, and we haven't.
She was Sin. It was Sin.
Sin.
Sin, but she's
Thank you.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bex. Yeah.
So there's that whole storyline that hasn't
That's okay.
done anything
There,
either.
I know. I got it. I figured it out.
Thank you.
You're
Okay, so what did you give this one?
I gave this one 8 out of 10 body bags with zombies inside. Vacuum sealed for freshness.
Hermetically sealed.
Oh,
I
vacuum sealed.
I went a little lower just because all the storylines weren't in it.
Wasn't clicking for you.
Well, it clicked a little bit. I mean, I liked it. I always like iZombie. But I gave it 7 angry poker ladies. Those poker ladies made me laugh.
This is more like, like a lot of season premieres. It's just like, hey, this is where we are now. We're catching up with everybody.
Sort of.
And we're introducing some stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, it was like, here's kind of where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for a couple things.
Yeah. It definitely didn't have the same impact as the season 1 finale.
Right.
So
yeah, the season 1 finale was incredible.
it was good.
But there were some really great things, I have to say. The whole twist with Blaine and Major being able to detect zombies was fantastic. And the tainted utopian angle, maybe being able to get some more of that's great. And of course, Ravi.
Right. I'm guessing that you like Ravi a little bit.
Well, I've always liked him.
Just a hunch.
I've always liked him. He adds that kind of snarky humor to the episode. Exactly. When Liv has become someone that's not snarky,
yeah,
he stays snarky.
He fulfills the snark role.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. On to Arrow. Season 4, episode 1. All Green Arrow. My name is.
What?
My name is
who?
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow.
At some point, this was called My Name is Green Arrow, but then they shortened it to Green Arrow because on the press site, it's always been My Name is Green Arrow.
It was too long to type.
Yeah, so they renamed it Green Arrow. Here's my quick and dirty summary. It's very quick.
Yep.
Because I feel like we're gonna talk about it. Oliver rejoins the team after he learns that Felicity has been secretly helping behind his back. Mm-hmm. They encounter Damien Dark and vow to stop his citywide rampage. He's working with Hive, and he's somehow gotten Lance to work with him. Dig connects Dark with his brother's death. Ollie becomes the Green Arrow. Vignette to future with someone dead. Barry missed the funeral because of Zoom. Ollie will kill him. Flashbacks will be on the GD Island, I said. And I said effing Waller.
Yep.
So that's like the main gist of the series, of the episode. And also, Felicity hates suburban life. She cannot cook. She has failed the omelet, which I thought was hilarious.
I thought that was a good line.
Yeah.
Felicity, you have failed this omelet.
Yeah. Apparently, Ollie was okay with it.
Yep.
Until he got back into saving things. And then, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things that that kind of drove me a little crazy about this episode.
Right. And then I would like to talk about Damien Dark and his ritual because it's Addie's blood, right?
We're not sure.
Okay. We're not because that would be Slade's ex, Adeline Kane.
Yeah.
Who was the queen of the Hive at one point.
Yeah. He's doing something that the Damien Dark, Neil McDonough's character.
Mm-hmm.
So on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, he played Dum Dum Dugan. Now here he is as Damien Dark.
I know.
So it kind of shows. Well, it shows that, and it shows you his range a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, who's he gonna play next? Old Daredevil?
Yeah.
But so yeah, he's doing this ritual where Damien Dark, he's cutting his arm like lengthways,
Mhm.
and he's doing it over apparently some kind of altar in this cabinet.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden these mystical symbols appear on his arm. The arm heals up, and it's almost like his Green Lantern battery. He recharges for like 24 hours or whenever,
Right.
and now he still has superpowers.
Right.
So
Well, when Hive was doing these mystical things, they
Mhm.
were using Addie's tainted blood, and it was tainted with whatever the equivalent of mercury was at
Yeah.
that point, in order to get these powers.
See, I kind of missed the whole Adeline Kane connection, but I've only seen this episode once.
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
It wasn't in this
it
episode.
was
I
in the
just
comics.
yeah, in the comics.
Okay, so that's what there was like. So you're drawing from that.
Yeah, I'm
That
just
maybe they're
guessing it.
hinting at Deathstroke's return.
Yeah, or at least a Deathstroke Hive connection,
Right.
because
And
that's the only blood ritual that I could come up with that has to do with Hive.
Right.
And there was definitely that blood ritual with Hive, and it would be Addie's blood, and it would make sense that it would be Addie because it was Slade's ex.
Unless they're coming up with something new.
Unless they are.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring that up, that
No, that's a good theory.
that Adeline Kane, who was Slade's ex,
Yeah.
was the queen of Hive at one point.
Right.
And they used her blood that was tainted with, I can't remember what it was called, but it was kind of like mercury or whatever, right?
Right.
It was tainted with this, and she went kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And they used it in these rituals in order to gain powers and heal themselves and all that. So it wasn't, they didn't use the pools, they used her blood instead.
Got it.
So, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're
Okay.
absolutely, yeah, you've got it.
So I'm just bringing that up as like here's kind of what the comic says. So let's keep that in mind and see if that is what it turns out to be.
Right.
So, okay, let's talk about the episode now.
Okay, running it down. Green Arrow story by Berlanti again, this time with Beth Schwartz. Teleplay by Mark Guggenheim and Wendy Miracle. Directed by Thor Freudenthal. The director with the coolest name.
Thor.
Hi, I'm Thor.
I hit you with my hammer.
How great would that be? Like, just say, hi, I'm Thor. And they're like, no, your name's not Thor.
I would so
Dude,
love that.
driver's license.
Yeah, I would love that.
That would be great. So we start
Maybe I'll
off.
change my name to Megara.
Oh, yeah, from Hercules.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like her.
Yeah, Meg.
Yeah, I would sing,
my
but
little nut Meg.
I would sing. I love that song that she sings in that movie, but I cannot sing right.
I love Disney's Hercules.
I do too. It's
That's
one of my
probably
favorites.
that's one of my top 5 Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Well, I love the Greek chorus in that.
Yeah,
They're
that's
fantastic.
everything is great. James Woods, oh my god.
Oh yeah, is my hair out?
Yeah, and then you've got Matt Frewer along with
Bobcat
Goldthwait.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got he's slurping on the drink, going thirsty. I love that.
Note to self: kill you later. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
such a great movie,
and it's so quotable.
I love that. Is my hair out?
Yeah. What, is my hair out? Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, every line is quotable. Okay, we could do a half hour easy on Hercules.
I know.
Let's use Hercules. So Arrow. We start off with Diggle, Thea, and Laurel fighting crime in Star City, which has been renamed in Ray Palmer's honor.
Finally, it's Star City.
Yes, finally, here we are, season 4, Star City.
Right.
Although I want to know how a city just up and decides to rename itself.
It happens.
When does it happen?
I've actually seen cities rename themselves.
Okay, but this is a pretty big city. You think there would be it would take a while.
Yeah.
But apparently they're like, oh, Ray Palmer was the visionary because he talked about Star City in one episode last season.
He
And
may have talked about it more in the
and
background,
they
though.
all think he's dead, but we know he's not dead because he's going to be on Legends of Tomorrow.
Of course.
He's just shrunk, really
Yeah,
tiny.
tiny.
He's probably stuck that way, and then he has to figure out how to get back.
Crushing,
So yeah, that's
crushing your
crush. Yes. So
Um,
spoilers, but yeah, that's probably where he is.
I will say that the name change was probably easy because they want to rebrand that city as much as they possibly can.
Right. Like, hey, Sterling, and well, they kind of talk about it during the episode that, hey, nobody really wants to come here.
Nobody comes here.
They just all want to leave.
Mhm.
And so it's got to basically it's like Starling City has kind of devolved into Detroit.
Yep. Maybe worse than Detroit.
And there's nowhere worse than Detroit right now.
No.
No.
Okay.
No. Cleveland points and laughs at Detroit. Okay.
Oh boy.
So yeah,
But doesn't Cleveland rock?
Cleveland does rock.
Okay.
Cleveland rocks mightily.
Okay.
Yeah. Detroit is where Cleveland used to be.
I see.
So that's yeah.
Wow. Ouch.
Yeah. So sorry, Detroit, but that's how it is. Hate
So
to break it.
shouldn't buy any real estate in Detroit right now.
I think even the Crow moved out of Detroit.
Oh,
That's
ouch.
pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. He climbed out of his grave and like, I'm out of here. Bye.
Wow.
But yeah,
Not even emo worthy.
he,
Ouch.
he grabbed all the Nine Inch Nails and Cure music he could and bailed out of that city.
And eyeliner.
And Guyliner. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we've got Oliver and Felicity sharing domestic bliss in the suburbs, making me want to vomit as I'm
Yes, me too.
watching this whole thing. Oliver Queen, the big badass that of season 1 and 2, not 3, but seasons 1 and 2, the badass is now baking souffles.
Yeah. I do have to say, you have failed this omelet made me laugh out loud.
It was a funny line, yes.
Yes.
But
and the catching of the bottle.
see, yeah, that was where he has like a reflexive move because after
Yeah.
Felicity drops a bottle and he snags it in midair.
Yeah,
and
it's cool.
and,
But otherwise,
and their little suburban friends
Brunch.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like they're like, dude, nice reflexes.
yeah. But otherwise, that was
Yeah.
just
It's
You know-
it was painful to watch
Yes.
this.
yes. And I think that might have been the point.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, Oliver's like, yeah, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with being Mr. Suburb
Do
guy.
you think that's right? Do you think that's true though? Do you think he was really cool?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I hope not, but
I think he fooled himself into
but
this.
he was way into it more than Felicity was.
Very true.
So he's like, okay, I'm gonna tie my sweater around my shoulders, and I'm gonna drive my Volvo, and
Yeah.
I'm just
know.
like, dude, really?
Terrible.
What do you just? They've like completely emasculated him,
Oh, it was the worst.
and I'm just like, oh, this has to end. I'm like, Elicity. I know there's so many people that love Elicity, but I'm just like, Elicity needs to die so Arrow can live.
Well, the suburban Elicity.
yeah.
at
But
least.
thankfully, Felicity wasn't into the whole thing. We find out later that she's doing a little side action with the gang in Star City,
Mhm.
kind of helping as tech support.
Right. The whole time almost.
Superhero tech support
Yeah.
for remote long distance. But hey, she's got Skype. She figures it out, or whatever they use.
VPN, I'm assuming.
Probably. The city leadership meets, including Captain Lance, to discuss a group of criminals called the Ghosts terrorizing the city. And Neil McDonough shows up as Damien Dark, and he's like, yeah, I'm kind of controlling these guys.
He is good as Damien Dark.
He's really good. I mean, he's got such presence. He's going to be a really great big bad, provided they don't kill him off too soon. But
So far,
and
great casting this season.
and way less annoying than Ra's al Ghul was last season.
Seriously.
Because
Can you not see why Damien Dark hated him?
so hopefully Damien Dark is kind of like the Deathstroke mold and not the Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul.
I loved Slade.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
So at least there's some promise there. He warns the city leaders to stand aside and let the city die.
Hmm.
It's like, dude, it's dying already. You're Detroit.
Yeah, but he
Come on.
goes a little further.
Yeah. And so they refuse, and then Dark begins systematically assassinating them one by one.
He kills what?
3 guys,
3 out of the 5,
something like that.
6,
Yeah.
half of them at least.
But that we know of.
Hmm.
They could have maybe
Well,
killed more. He could have killed more if they
yeah,
they had time in the episode to show
right.
maybe. But
The
for some
ones around that table at least.
but strangely, he fails to kill Quentin Lance.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah.
So we'll talk about that a little bit.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, shady. Shady McShade person.
Uh-huh.
Laurel and Thea go to the suburbs to talk to Oliver against Diggle's wishes because Diggle's still pissed off that, hey, you put my wife in danger, left my baby alone by itself, and for your little weird master plan that didn't really make much sense anyway.
Right. And
to stop Roz.
he mentions also that he lied to everyone. So he's mad on everyone's behalf.
Yeah.
Even though Felicity has completely forgiven him, Lila's forgiven him.
Oh yeah, everybody forgives him, but Diggle's not.
Right. So he's mad on everyone's behalf.
Yeah.
But really he's the only one that's holding a grudge still.
He's using everyone as an excuse.
Right.
But he's just pissed off.
Right.
Right. And even Lila's like, dude, get over it.
Right. All's fair in love and war is essentially what she says.
Yeah. So yeah, they go get Oliver. They ask him to return to stop the ghosts. The team tracks down the ghosts. They watch from the shadows as Damien Dark does this little mystical energy manipulation.
Foreshadowing for Constantine, you think?
I'm thinking so because, hey, they all of a sudden Oliver's talking about like, hey, I knew all about these mystical things.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I never mentioned them, but I knew about them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've seen mystical things.
Yeah, so we'll find out that maybe John Constantine, maybe we get a flashback of him and Oliver. Who knows? But I kind of doubt it because Oliver is stuck on Lian Yu again this season.
So angry.
But he had to be because he had to be.
I know he had to go back to the island because he gets saved from the island, but why now?
I know. Why flashbacks? Why not just skip the flashbacks?
Get over the flashbacks.
These Arrow Riders, they're so obsessed. Like, we got to do these flashbacks. No,
and the horrible, ugly wig.
Dump them. Yeah, it's the wig's bad. We get Stephen Amell gets a bad wig again. It's not pretty.
Oh, I just want to gouge my eyes out with the flashbacks.
Yes. This is why we're watching The Flash, people. Just saying. Team Arrow stops to plot to kill hundreds of people at a train station, which they do, of course. And Oliver takes the name Green Arrow.
On TV.
On TV, broadcasts a message to the entire city.
And he looks like Oliver Queen on TV.
Yeah, but of course he's got a really bad distorted voice.
He looks like Oliver Queen, though.
I know.
Could he not shade his face a little more with the hood?
Yeah. I know. Everybody's supposed to buy this. But then he talks really low in the electronically altered voice.
It's not the voice so much that I have an issue with,
it's
it's dumb. I get that.
Yeah.
But you can clearly make out that he's Oliver Queen.
Yes, I totally agree.
So it's that part that I have an issue with.
Right. It's like, oh yeah, that's
Oliver
Queen. Yeah, remember his picture was all over the TV because we thought he was the Arrow, and hey, he looks like the Arrow again.
Right.
Only he's Green Arrow.
Right. And it's not hard to make that connection since he was outed as the Arrow before. So yeah.
And like, well, hey, the guy who we thought was the Arrow was dead.
Ooh, look, he's back.
But no, but here's another guy calling himself Green Arrow. Now, who would be my first suspect? Oh, maybe Oliver Queen because he was incriminated first.
Right.
For being the Arrow.
Gee, and he looks just like him. Yeah.
And
Why
the
can't
timing all fits.
Why can't he do something?
I don't know.
Blur out his face or
Well, I don't. It's the writers, man.
I
And it's
know.
not Oliver.
I know it's not.
It's the writers.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
though.
I know what you're saying, and the director. But
These are
Thor,
plot holes. Plot
eh,
holes.
total like ones you could drive a truck through.
Mhm.
So we've broadcast this message. He vows to be this beacon of hope, and then we find out that as he's doing this, then Quentin Lance is revealed to be dun 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 working for Damien Dark.
Yeah, for Hive.
Yeah, for the Hive.
Yeah.
But
Now, why?
well,
My
he
question.
seems like a little reluctant.
Mhm.
Like Quentin kind of challenges Dark about like, hey, I didn't sign up for this,
Mhm.
but and Dark is like, well, you're going to you did sign up for this,
Right.
and you're gonna see it through. So
I
we'll see.
know.
Uh,
So,
so and then in the closing flashback, Weller finds Oliver, takes him back to Lian-Yu to assess a new threat. Whatever new threat is now on Lian-Yu.
and I want to just
Yes.
seriously.
Yeah. So we got to do another season of flashbacks.
And there's soldiers there.
Yes. So it's like this is the deserted island that Oliver gets stranded on is populated by everybody.
Yeah.
Apparently,
It's not deserted
not
ever.
deserted ever. Yeah. Um,
And
and
then the
then
flash
but
forward,
yeah, the flash forward, and then we flash forward 6 months later. Again,
which will
time
be
again,
what?
again,
February.
again, time jumps really big in vogue right now.
Right.
Um, Barry visits Oliver by the side of a gravestone in the cemetery, but we don't get to see who is on the gravestone. Now, why would Barry be there? Because Oliver talks about that how he wasn't able to be at the funeral, that Barry was.
Right.
So who would Barry be at the funeral for?
Right. Or want to be there.
Or want to be?
Couldn't make it because of Zoom. Well, we get a few things here. It's 6 months in the future, so I'm guessing it'll be during February sweeps.
Right.
Okay. So,
Timeline wise, yes.
right. So Barry would have been at the funeral, except he's fighting Zoom, which means he's going to be fighting Zoom in February.
Yep.
Number one. He missed the funeral.
Mhm.
And yes, he's upset by that. So it's someone that he knows.
Yep.
And then it's someone that Oliver is so close to that he's crying.
Yep.
Okay.
But that could be anybody.
Anybody. But also Barry knows them. So Felicity.
Yep. I have 4 suspects.
Okay, Felicity.
Yep. That's fine.
Let's see, Ollie and Barry. Do you think it could be Diggle?
That's 2.
Okay.
That's my
But he
second.
doesn't know Diggle very well, but yeah, he would have come for the funeral.
Right.
Trying to think. He didn't know Lila, so I wouldn't say Lila.
No, it wasn't Lila. I'm thinking 3 might be Thea.
Okay, Thea. But does he know Thea?
Well, maybe
He
through
might in the
Oliver.
future.
Maybe. It's 6 months. We don't know what
Right.
happens between now and 6 months. So it could be anybody, really. And then my 4th suspect is Captain Lance.
Yeah, could be. But he does know Captain Lance, too.
So yeah, exactly. So, yep. So those are my 4 suspects: Felicity, Diggle, Thea, and Captain Lance.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What about Laurel?
No, because she's going to be Black Canary. Oliver has to see. That's just why I think I'm really hoping it's Felicity, even though it's going to drive everybody Felicity nuts.
Yeah.
But Oliver needs to back up with Laurel because Green Arrow and Black Canary. So, what better way to do that than to get rid of Felicity? And Oliver's all weepy, and then
I'll kill him.
Laurel's consoling, or like brings him back from the darkness, and they
Right.
hook back up from season 5.
And him is most likely Damien Dark.
Yeah, probably.
Most likely.
As far as we know, yes.
Or Lance
Or Deathstroke.
or Deathstroke. Well, it could be Lance because he's working with.
Yeah, that could
Amy.
be. Could be. Maybe Oliver blames Lance for Felicity's death.
Mhm.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay.
So,
So what did you give it?
I gave this one 8 out of 10 Dignito helmets
Those
because poor David Ramsey having to wear this stupid looking helmet.
looks like a BB.
It's embarrassing. Everybody gets a cool look. Thea has a cool look. Oliver has a shiny new costume.
Yeah.
But, even Laurel looks halfway decent as Black Canary.
Agreed.
She ditched the wig.
Yes,
And I think she looks better with the natural hair.
I do too.
But secret identity wise, I don't think that's a good call.
Right.
But anyway. But yeah, they look way better than Diggle. Diggle is just like I saw that when they first revealed that online. I was so embarrassed for David Ramsey.
I know, me too.
I
I
felt
mean, it's a cool outfit,
right.
but he needs a helmet that goes further down because
Yeah.
his body is very large, and that
Right.
helmet
Yeah.
makes his head look like a BB out of a BB gun. It's just so tiny. It's wrong.
It's just it's
And I am not doing my Thea impression because Justina covers that in her feedback in a
Okay.
few minutes. So
all right. Well, we'll
but-
get going. So, what did you
I'll
give?
say that.
What did you give this?
I
Episode?
gave it 8.5 Green Lantern Easter eggs because at the beginning,
Yep.
he is saving lives in Coast City
Okay.
in the flashback.
All right. That's
So-
cool. Makes perfect sense.
Okay. And that is Green Lantern's hometown, Hal Jordan.
Okay. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
302. And I did a very quick and dirty summary
That's
because
okay.
you are going to fill in there.
Yeah.
Coulson takes the team to get Randolph,
Mm-hmm.
who is an Asgardian, figuring he knows about the Kree obelisk. He
Yep.
does.
Yep.
Kinda. Daisy tethers Fitz in our world while he goes through a portal that Randolph finds for them and gets Simmons back. May is with her father and is deciding what to do with her life. Wade is pulling shenanigans. That's what I have.
Like, that's nice. Okay, so yeah, Purpose in the Machine, written by DJ Doyle, directed by Kevin Tancherowin, that word that Karen loves so
Yeah, I
much.
cannot say it.
It's Tancherowins
Tancherowin.
everywhere. So yeah. We've got the return of Blair Underwood as Dr. Andrew Garner,
Yep.
Melinda May's ex, or not so ex.
Yeah, we're not sure, right?
Well, it's a little up in the air. So he evaluates Gutierrez, the Inhuman from last week.
Although we don't see him, right?
We don't see him. He just talks about him. Says, "Oh, he's not ready to join your little secret warriors group." And he actually names the secret warriors group.
Mhm.
So probably he does it as an in joke, but I'm sure Daisy will pick up on it and run with it. Say that's catchy, secret warriors. Hunter ends up tracking down May, who has been off playing golf with her father, William May, played by James Hong, who is awesome.
Yeah, I loved him in this.
If you ever saw Big Trouble in Little China, he played Lopan.
Yeah, he's
And
probably the only good thing in that movie. No offense, I just
and-
hate that movie.
And the cool thing is he goes to convention. He recently was going to the convention dressed as Lopan, which is just awesome.
That's cool.
It is cool. He wore his Lopan costume in a convention.
Very nice.
So that's just awesome. He had the fingernails and the makeup and everything. That was just cool.
I love Kurt
so
Russell too,
but
man, I just cannot get into that movie.
yeah, James Hong has been like in a lot of stuff. So you know him when you see him, and so it's just and there was one of the cool things about that was it was kind of like a mini Mulan reunion
Oh,
because what's her name, who plays Melinda May,
Yeah.
she starred as Mulan in Disney's Mulan,
right.
and James Hong is this he was the kind of shady overseer guy who was kind of evaluating Donny Osmond's troops and whatnot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the Emperor.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
The
so
old
yeah,
guy.
so yeah, that-
Oh,
yeah, so yeah. He was, he's a
Yeah,
little
the
shady.
Merlin-y looking guy.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. The guy nobody liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is a girl.
Yeah, exactly. That's James Hong. So yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's kind of Minnie Milan, and what better way to do it than on Disney's ABC? So yeah.
Excellent.
So I got a kick out of that. Hunter convinces May not to run from her life. Yeah, they try to convince her not to run from her life, and then May ends up agreeing to join Hunter on a mission to find and kill Grant Ward, which my wife wants really bad because she really hates Grant Ward with a passion.
I used to like him, but man,
Yeah,
that's it. I'm done.
yeah. Fitz realizes that the monolith is a portal, and like you said, he enlists the Asgardian Elliot Randolph, played by Peter McNichol, reprising his role as Elliot Randolph from the season 1 episode The Well.
Yep, I love him in this.
So we haven't seen him for a couple seasons, but he's back. Who leads them to this ancient English castle where there's this like almost like Victor Frankenstein type machine that's deteriorating, and it uses vibrations to open the monolith. Well, gee, who do we have that has vibration powers? So the machine falls.
I love when they ask him in the well, do you know Thor? Oh, yeah, we have lunch all the time. No, I don't know Thor.
Yeah, exactly. like we all hang out.
Right.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Like, yeah, like it's almost like, well, you're black. Don't you know LeBron James?
Exactly.
What? I can see where he's coming from with that.
He was so snarky in that one. And he's the same in this.
Or you're Asian. Don't you know like Jackie Chan? Or
right.
What?
Right.
Makes no sense.
When he saw the obelisk and he's like, it just looks like and then it melts and he's like, oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's great.
Anyway, so this machine falters. Of course, Daisy steps in using her quake powers to open the portal, even though that portal is causing her physical harm.
Yeah, she doesn't like it.
She kind of takes a beating.
She gets the bloody nose and all that.
She got the bleeding nose there. Yeah. Fitz ends up shooting a flare before diving into the portal, which was smart on his part.
Yeah.
Like, let Simmons know that he's coming. So then he ends up jumping into the portal, like Banzai and Geronimo.
He's tethered, which is a good thing.
Yeah. So through a lot of dramatic editing and music.
It was.
I mean, well, Lori was just my wife. She was just like on her edge of her seat, like, "Oh, bring him home, bring him home."
It was
bring her home. Yeah, she was really into it. So,
it was good music.
It was good. It was good. It heightened it's Bear McCreary. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, he's great. I love Bear McCreary.
So yeah, so he brings Simmons home. Everybody's happy as the monolith is destroyed. And then first they kind of like, oh, maybe Fitz is back, but we don't see Simmons.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden she comes up from under the rubble, dust and whatever. And oh, she's okay. And everybody hugs.
At the beginning of the episode, they showed like these, what were they, turn of the century-ish sort of people.
Yeah.
Where were they from? And they...
Well, that's kind of like, we get a flashback for the people that were in the English castle that
had
that originally used the portals or whatever.
Right. And they had the obelisk. And that's just to show us that it was around for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But now it's gone forever? Or
apparently.
Okay.
Apparently the monolith is destroyed. Unless there's another one somewhere. We could always find more.
I'm sure there are.
And lastly, we've got Grant Ward looking to rebuild Hydra.
Shenanigans!
He ends up recruiting Werner von Strucker, the son of Baron Strucker. Not the only son, because there's Andreas von Strucker and Andrea von Strucker. They're twins, but Werner, son Werner. Werner von Strucker. But Frankenstein. Yeah. Frankenstein.
Sorry.
Yeah. So he ends up sending him undercover to Dr. Garner's psychology class for some reason. Seems like a waste of his talents, but
yeah, well,
but apparently he's got a reason for it. So we'll hopefully find out why. Maybe Grant is looking for May.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yep.
And so we'll see.
But does that mean
But
more
that,
Randolph?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Because I dig Peter McNichol
Yeah,
a lot.
Peter McNichol. Why am I dripping with goo? Ghostbusters 2.
I know.
That's my favorite Peter McNichol line.
I know. I
I love
loved him in that.
that delivery was just gold.
Yeah.
So
He's very large.
yes,
I like the picture.
he's Vigo. No. So I give this one 9 out of 10 flare guns.
And I gave it 8 fingers grasping. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
It was.
I kind of bought into the whole like, oh, Simmons is back, everybody's all happy.
Yeah.
Although she's a little traumatized though.
Well, of course she is.
Understandably, because we don't know how long she's been there. Apparently, it's been a while.
What, 6 or 7 months?
More time jumping.
Yeah.
So everybody's time jumping.
And who knows, inside that
Yeah.
monolith, it could have been different times.
Yeah, maybe time went differently. We don't. She looks the same age.
Sure.
But it could have been like a little slower.
Right. Could have been 2 years. Who knows?
Right. But we still don't know where she was yet.
Right.
But she's probably on Hala.
She had horrible nightmares. She woke up and
she ends up like crawling out of bed and putting her like Fitz is asleep on the floor, and you're like, oh, because she climbs out and puts her head down on Fitz's leg for like a security blanket.
I love you.
Yeah. So all the feels.
Yes, all the feels. They're very sweet together.
Yep. So Justina.
Yes, so we're going on to feedback now, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here's feedback.
That's why I said Justina.
We do have an audio feedback from Justina, and she quickly goes through all the shows for us. Very quickly.
I hope so.
So let me play it.
Because we're running a little...
Hi, this is Justina, and I'm fangirling with the Fandom Zone. Yay! All the shows are back! Let's see. What's the fastest way to give you all my thoughts? How about chronologically? Okay. Sunday. Zombies. Ah! Moving on. I give this week's episode of Gotham 8 out of 10 silent jokers. Jerome is dead, but not before he could inspire some proteges. Is there any evidence of multiple Jokers in the comic books? One villain inspiring a string of copycats? I think Theo is going to have a little bit of trouble with his sister. She was giving Barbara and him the evil eye this week. Tuesday, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I give this episode 9 out of 10 helpful as guardians. I really like the flashback scene to explain that we've seen this portal before. I love that Daisy saved the day. Simmons is back and we got to catch up with May. Tuesday, The Flash. Okay, I was a little bit disappointed here. The beginning felt slow and disjointed. And why is Henry leaving? Somebody explain to me why Henry's leaving.
Right?
We have no idea.
It reminded me of all the times here on the Fandom Zone where you guys say you're going to smash something. That always makes me giggle. My favorite part was the Flash symbol in the sky. And quote of the week, I think I saw this in a comic book somewhere. And iZombie. I can handle these ones. They're not as scary as the Sunday zombies. I'm sad for Liv that everyone is angry with her. But I'm happy with the writers that they decided to remember that there are consequences to decisions and actions. And Major and Blaine being able to detect zombies is a really interesting twist. And grumpy old man brains, just funny. Wednesday, Arrow. Quote of the week, Felicity, you have failed this omelet. Love it! I was very interested to see how the team worked together seamlessly without Oliver at the beginning. At first, I was a little bit surprised that it was Felicity that wanted to leave Suburbia, but after I thought about it some more, I realized that after everything Oliver has gone through, that it would make sense that he would want to distance himself from the darkness and keep the woman he loves away from it. I think Lila made really good points that will hopefully help Diggle forgive Oliver. At the end, I'm really glad they didn't show us the name on the headstone. I don't have any theories on that yet, but I'm glad they didn't tell us, so the mystery can build. And Damien Dark seems magical. Yay! I love magic, but it's going to be interesting because magic always comes with a price. Oh, wait, no, that's another show. And Karen, I thought of you right away, and your Thea impression, when Thea said, Guys, I told you to call me the Red Arrow. Karen and Charles, I'm super excited to hear you discuss all these shows. Have a super week.
So
you.
that's why I didn't say anything.
Thank you, Justina. We're gonna have to start
Guys.
giving Justina like credit in the beginning
I
because
know, right?
she's like integrated herself so well into the show.
Yeah. Guys, I want to be the Red Arrow. Come on, please. Don't call me Speedy.
Don't bother me, Oliver. I've got things to do.
Yeah, I gotta move out because I
got-
died right
I've
there.
got some stuff I'm not telling you about.
Yeah, and I'm like going crazy because I was like in that pit.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
So our feedback
Yes.
at Fandom Zonecast on Twitter, on Facebook at facebook.com/Fandom Zone Podcast. And I am at Aliveria on the Twitter machine.
And I'm at Charles Skaggs on the Twitter machine and on Instagram. And I'm on Google Plus for all you crazy kids on the Google Plus.
Yay.
And then there's like the Facebook, of course. And then there's my blog geeky things, Damn Good Coffee and Hot, where I talk about all these shows that we covered, because there are a lot of them.
Yes.
And we talk about all kinds of things like Doctor Who and all kinds of weird stuff. But yeah, so if you enjoy what we do here, come and check out the blog, and hopefully you'll dig that too. And
That's right.
I post links on our Facebook page, the Phantom Zone Podcast Facebook page, to hopefully like supplement as supplemental material.
Right.
So,
Spoilers?
and what?
Do you want me to do spoilers real quick?
It'll
be like a minute.
All right.
Okay.
I'm clocking you.
Okay. I've only got Gotham and S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
This not this week's Gotham, but next week's Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
Family rivalries will resurface in the city on an all-new Gotham Monday, October 19th on Fox. Galavan and Penguin join forces with a dangerous family in Gotham. Then as the rivalry between the Waynes and the Galavans resurfaces, Gordon struggles to maintain order in the city on an all-new Rise of the Villains Scarification episode of Gotham airing Monday, October 19th at 8 p.m. on Fox. So that confirms the Waynes and the Galavans having issues with each other.
See, we told you so.
That's right. I told you so.
Okay, you told us so.
But we did.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I have two for S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s hunt for the Inhumans puts them in the crosshairs of director Coulson's new rival on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC. A wanted Inhuman, Daisy Mack and Coulson race to protect the Lincoln as Rosalind's team hunts down the Inhuman in their quest for powered people. Meanwhile, Hunter proves that there is no line that he will not cross to exact his revenge against Ward and Hydra on Marvel's
Revenge!
Tuesday, October 13th, which hopefully is tonight.
Yeah.
If this gets uploaded on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern on the ABC television network. It was written by Monica Owusu-Breen.
Yep.
And directed by Gary Brown.
Okay.
S.H.I.E.L.D. reluctantly teams up with their rivals as they hunt for Inhumans on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC. Devils You Know, having reluctantly agreed to share information with Rosalind and the ATCU, Coulson and the team go in search for the Inhuman who is killing off other Inhumans, and May feels that Hunter's mission to take down Ward is getting too personal. On Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Tuesday, October 20th at 9 p.m. on the ABC television network. The Devils You Know was written by Paul Zebweski and directed by Ron Underwood. And Charles is wagging figurines at me while I talk. So
Blue Devil.
The Blue Devil, yes. So those are the spoilers I have.
That was a little more than a minute.
Okay, close though.
Just saying.
It wasn't that much.
All right, so
that's what I have, and we hope we gave you enough information there. We did some Easter eggs. We talked about each episode. We will have one less next week because Fear the Walking Dead is over.
But we add one because The Walking Dead starts.
Oh, that's right.
Ha ha ha!
So there will be 6 again.
6 again. 6 again. Yeah. And
We'll
I
get
watched,
this
and
down to a science.
the Walking Dead was awesome
Yeah, I haven't
last
watched
night.
it yet.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Okay, good.
Lots to talk, and it's an hour and a half episode. So yeah.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
So
How are we
as
going to
so
do?
as Karen gets a migraine.
No, no migraines
No
for me.
migraines, but
Don't even say that.
yeah.
Knock wood.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for us, right?
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you later. Bye.